Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be ranking every Wilds Turf War. Alright, so you can see here we got all the tiers, starting off with the best, amazing, great, good, okay, and then bad. As you probably have noticed, all the other Turf Wars from like Worlds / Iceborne on here, and also the Rise ones, and unfortunately we're not going to be ranking those, because if we were, we would be here like all day. But although I am considering just making a separate video for these, but I don't know yet, we'll see. But anyways, let's just get started. Alright, starting off with our first turf war, which is Doshiguma versus Balahara. I think this one is okay. Like, it's alright. I wish they did a little bit more with this one, specifically with Valhalla. Like, I kind of wish they used like its weird mud spray thing that it has, and it just turf war is like not really anything that special, I guess. I know you can have like a group of Balahara like attack Doshiguma instead of just one singular one, which I think is cool, but I feel like that's just all this turf war has. It's just that little detail, but overall it's a okay turf war. Our next turf war is Doshiguma versus Lalabarina. I'm probably just gonna put this one like in the same tier. I feel like these are kind of the same, and I also wish like this turf war also did a little bit more, specifically with like Lalabarina. I wish it used like the weird paralysis flower things where it just drops it like on Doshiguma's head or something. I don't know, but yeah, just an okay turf war overall. All right, next up is Ajarakan versus Rampampola. I think this one is really good. Like, I like how in this turf war, Ajarakan just pops Rampampola like a freaking balloon. It's funny, but like it's also kind of brutal at the same time, which I kind of like. But yeah, this is a pretty good turf war. Although I wish Rampampola kind of just like fought back a little. Like it kind of does for a little bit, but then it just gets manhandled by Ajarakan. Like, I wish they used the weird exploding tar oil thing a little bit more. But yeah, pretty good turf war. All right, next up we have Nursilla versus Gyptros, and this one is actually pretty good because this is probably like one of the only like lore accurate turf wars. Because if you don't know, Nursilla, like, they prey on Gyptros, and like they wear their skin on them like for protection, and that's why they Nursilla have like the weird like cloth thing like on their back or whatever. So yeah, that's why Nursilla looks like that. Again, this is the only like turf war that's like lore accurate. Like, I like how Egyptros uses their what is it, the little flash thing that they have. And I also like how Nursilla wraps Gyptros around and like in its webs, because that's how Nursilla prey on Gyptros. They just wrap them around with their webs. They kind of like how real life spiders do, and they just like eat them. And yeah, I think this turf war is really good, but I don't think it's the best though. But it's like really close though. All right, next up we have the Jeru versus Guardian Rathalos one, and yeah, this one's not so great. Like, if you ever seen this one, you know that Jeru basically just pokes Guardian Ratha like a couple times and then Guardian Ratha just flops to the floor and then gets eaten. And yeah, it's not that great. I wish Guardian Ratha like fought back, kind of like how the Guardian Odogaron one works. We'll get to that one later, but like, yeah, I kind of wish they did the same thing. But yeah, and overall, it's this Turf War is pretty meh. All right, next up we have Jaywu and versus Guardian Odogaron, and this was actually pretty good. I actually like this one. Unlike the Guardian Rathalos one, Guardian Odogaron actually fights back, which I really like. If you've seen this one, Guardian Odogaron, when it gets eaten by Jaywu, it uses its a dragon element power to like escape, but then Jaywu just like hooks it like a fish on a fishing rod and just drops it back into its mouth. I think it's funny and like really cool at the same time. And that's the problem I have with like all the other Guardian Jaywu Turf Wars, is that like the Guardian monsters like fight back, they kind of just like stand there. It's just they get hooked by Jaywu like a fishing rod. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good Turf War though. I like this one. Alright, next up we have Guardian Anja versus Guardian Dashiguma, and dude, this one, I really like this one too. Like, this one is actually like pretty cool. Like, what is it? A Guardian. Have you seen this one? Like, Guardian Dashiguma tries to like tackle this guy, Anja, but Anja didn't really like that, so it just picks up by the mouth, like it drags it up into the air, kind of like the great Jagras Anjanath Turf War and Iceborne, and it just like throws it into the ground with its lightning powers, like a freaking WWE move, which I think is really funny. But I really like this one because it just shows how like brutal like these two guys are. And I also really like this one because there's this like weird like internet art trend, I guess. I think that's what it was. I don't know, like that happened like last year, I think, or something along that time period. It was like people were saying like, oh, a grizzly bear can like fight a T-Rex or something, and this Turf War kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, overall, really good freaking Turf War. Alright, next up we have Raidao versus Seregios. This one, I actually think this one, I also really like this one. I like how it just showcases how like Raidao is like keeps up his Apex Predator tile, and have you seen this one? Seregios just shoots on its weird spine things at Raidao, and then it tries to like grab it with its feet. But the Raidao just like I don't know, it just like grabs it and then just slams it into the floor and just shoots it with the lightning like to the face. But I think it's really funny. No, it's just because it kind of just looks like Raidao just like has enough, and so it just like shoots it in the face with its lightning. And I'm surprised that like this dude Seregios' head didn't like get blown off, because I feel like that's what would actually happen in this Turf War. Like I'm pretty sure that if we were to get struck by lightning in the head, I'm pretty sure your head would explode like a watermelon, I think. But I don't know. But yeah, I really like this Turf War. Alright, next up we have Ufduna versus Rathalos. I think this one is pretty good. I like how Rathalos uses its fireballs, like to shoot Ufduna, but then Ufduna just tackles this thing to the ground and just like body slams on it. Oh my god. I like how for all of Ufduna's turf war, it just like body slams it, which I think is really funny. But yeah, overall pretty good turf war. Although I wish Rathalos kind of just like I don't know, just like trying to like grab it with its claws. Kind of like how it has like the Anjanath turf war they had like in World. I wish I did something like that, but overall pretty solid turf war. All right, the next Ufduna turf war we have is Ufduna versus Umizutsune. I think this one is pretty good. I'm glad that they made Mizutsune use the whole soap thing to try and slip up Ufduna, but I also think this turf war is really funny because at the end, like right at the end of the turf war, Mizutsune just like climbs on top of Ufduna's back, like biting it like on its neck or whatever, but then Ufduna just grabs Mizutsune and just throws it across the floor like a freaking ragdoll, which I think is funny. But yeah, although I wish Mizutsune kind of just like kind of use its soap more, kind of like the turf war it has with like Zinogre and like with like what is it, Sunbreak I think. But yeah, overall pretty good turf war. And for the second to last Ufduna turf war, we have Ufduna versus Lagiacrus, and I really like this one a lot. Like I kind of like this turf war for the same reasons for the Steven Raidao one. Like I kind of like how they put like a really like strong monster against like the Apex monster. So like it kind of just like lives up to their Apex title. Again, I really like this one. I like how Ufduna a body slams Lagiacrus at the end. I also like how Lagiacrus has to use its electricity just to, like fight back. But yeah, overall really good turf war. Alright, our last but not least Ufduna turf war we have though Ufduna versus Arkveld, and yeah, this isn't really a turf war. Like it's not really a turf war. It's more like of a interaction, a one-sided interaction. It's like, yeah, if you've seen this one, you know that just Arkveld just smacks Ufduna like a couple times, like in order to get like the topple or whatever, and then it just like uses its chain thing to like heal itself. But yeah, I wish that like Ufduna actually fought back, like as like a callback to that one story cutscene like very early in the story where like Arkveld just like strangles Ufduna with like its chain things. Like I wish they did that, but yeah, this turf war is like kind of like a nothing burger. Alright, next up we have Blanganga versus Urabami. I think this one is pretty good. Although I kind of wish it was kind of like the Rajang turf wars, like with it has with like Rathalos and like a basil, where like it just like grabs it by its tail and just thrushes it around like a toddler with like a baby toy. Like yeah, it kind of does that, but like although I kind of wish it did it at least like once. But yeah, pretty good turf war. All right, next up we have Rathalos versus the guy Chris. I know there's like there's this one and there's the other one. I guess if you forgot, when the guy Chris came out, there's actually like two special turf wars there has with like Rathalos, and it's basically like a win lose situation. So this turf war right here on the left is where Rathalos wins, and then this other one here over here is where the guy Chris wins. Which I think is really cool because it kind of just dives into their whole rivalry thing the devs wanted to do, like back in like Try, but like they couldn't really do that. So yeah, for these two, like they're pretty much the same, but like it's just the only difference is that like one of them wins. But yeah, for these ones we're gonna put them like up here. I really like these. Like again, it dives into the whole rivalry thing like the devs wanted to do back then. But yeah, really amazing turf wars. Like I like how in this turf war where the guy Chris wins, I like how at the end it kind of just like wraps itself around Rathalos like a snake and it just electrocutes it. Like that's crazy, man. Like that's crazy. Like I'm surprised Rathalos didn't freaking die from that, cause he can literally like die from being electrocuted like that, obviously. But yeah, overall, a really good turf wars. All right, next up we have New Udra versus Ajarkon. I think this one is pretty good. Although I wish it was longer though, because this turf war is kind of short. Like it just starts off with like Ajarkon just like trying to like beat this guy, and like just it grabs it, and then it grabs it by the eye horns that New Udra has, and then New Udra just kind of just like strangles it, and then it just like sets it on fire, which I think is crazy. But overall, a pretty good turf war. Although I just wish it was longer, kind of like the Mizutsune one, Ufduna one, something like that. But yeah, again, pretty good turf war. All right, the last but not least, we have Arkveld versus Raidao, and yeah, I think this one's probably one of the best ones, because this is like literally like the only turf war that like in Monster fights back against Arkveld, which is like kind of wish this turf war down here did the same thing. Like I wish Arkveld had a turf war, like an actual one, with like all the other Apex monsters. But yeah, I like how in this turf war, like Raidao tries to like shoot it with his lightning, but like it doesn't really work because of the whole element thing that Arkveld has. And like I also like how Arkveld just like grabs Raidao out of the air like a God of War move, and then it just like slams it into the ground and just throws it across the floor, which I think is awesome. But like, yeah, this is overall a really good turf war. All right, it seems that that was all the turf wars on this tier list specifically for Wilds. I did notice there's a lot of other turf wars that are missing, but like they're kind of just like this one right here on the bottom, where it's just like all the other Arkville turf wars. If they were on here, I'd probably put them down here, like on the bottom tier. And then this tier list is also missing like the other like Guardian Jewu turf wars. Like, what is it? They're missing the. Okay, I'm looking at it in my other monitor. Okay, we're missing the Jewu and the Guardian Toshikuma one, and the missing. We're also missing the Guardian Anjanath versus Jewu. We're missing those. But yeah, if they were here, I'd probably just put them in the list here, next to this one, because like they're also kind of a nothing burger, like this one. Okay, what other ones are we missing? Oh yeah, we're also missing like the Wrath family versus Chemetries, and yeah, I'd probably put that one in like this tier, like right next to like these two, because if you've seen that turf war, like either Rathalos or Rathian against Chemetries, you know that this is their turf war is basically just a copy pasted animation of their turf war with Anjanath and Iceborne, which I'm kind of just like, like they could have done something else with this, but that's not a bad turf war though. But yeah, I just put it in like the list here. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Pretty short video, which I'm actually surprised because I thought this video was gonna be longer. But yeah, I might do a separate videos for like all these world turf wars and like all the Rise ones, but I don't know, we'll see. But that's gonna do it for this video, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.